Hi guys, so as you know, I'm making a series of videos this week and they're all looking at, well, not controversial, but they're all looking at topics and it's called Let's Talk About It. And what I want to talk about in this video, this is one that I'm not going to put on Facebook, it's for my YouTube, and that is the psychological impact of these multi-level marketing companies. And the reason I want to talk about this is I'm not involved in multi-level marketing. I don't have any positive or negative feelings. I'm neutral on it. I've got friends who are involved in them. I've watched quite a lot of videos about MLMs and the impact, and some of it has been positive, but most of the videos I've seen, people are talking about how they've literally become depressed because of it, how it's had a massive impact on their lives. So what I wanted to do was just to explore it a bit more. And the reason I didn't put it on Facebook is because I just knew that the amount of people who are my friends on there who do multi-level marketing, it just wouldn't go down too well. And I had to think, even though I want to be controversial in some of the things that I'm talking about, I backed out, I chickened out of it because I just thought the backlash would be too much. And also they're going to take it personally. And this is why you have to sometimes realise that not everyone is going to see things the same way. So the reason a lot of people have become stressed and depressed through these MLMs is because when you join a multi-level marketing scheme, you have to pay a fee. So once you pay that fee, and now I've been approached 100 times like by people saying, you know, oh, you'd be great on my team and join my team and you're brilliant at selling and your videos are really good and you'd be great at this and you could definitely make money from it. Now, I'm always skeptical of anyone that is boasting about you can make like £5,000 a month or you can make this amount, or also people saying it's your business when it actually isn't your business. You're not the business owner. There is someone above you who is giving you these products. You're buying the products and you're selling them, and then someone else is getting commission. It's a completely different setup, and you don't own that business. You don't own the rights to any of these like companies. So when people come and say that to me, I'm not thinking, yes, I'm going to make lots of money from this, because no one can predict that, because your money is through the sales that you make, and no one can say to you, you're going to sell this amount of products. It's impossible for them to predict. They don't know your sales technique. They don't know if you're going to get enough buyers. They don't know if you're going to be able to recruit enough people to join you and that sort of thing. So this is why things like that are not going to appeal to me. However, lots of people it does appeal to, because I've seen some of these videos and I've heard some of the pitches, and even from my friends who've said like meet me for a coffee and how they're selling it, you can feel like it's completely accurate when actually it's not, because no one can say to you you're going to make this amount unless they're giving you a regular salary. That's the only time. In a job where they say this is your salary, you know how much you're getting every month. But in any job that says you will earn this amount, they can't say that if it's through sales. So you pay your fee, and that then triggers like a commitment within you, an investment. And also there's all of these parties that are happening, and the amount of videos where they're on different locations and all. I didn't realize that they're having to pay these pay to go to like America and go to all these places, pay for their own hotels and stuff. So literally you're paying for your own holiday, but then you're really there to go to these big conferences with millions of people. So all those people sitting in that conference room dancing and having fun and stuff, they've paid for their holidays, they've paid, sorry, for their flights to get there, they've paid for their accommodation. So that's really that, it's like a holiday for them, which is fine, that bit. They've paid entrance, or they've paid some sort of fee to be part of the conference bit. The conference makers are making the money, and the business, because they've already got that amount of money from you. What's it for? It's for you to all talk, meet each other and say how well you're doing and that sort of thing. But it's not even necessary, because it's kind of like just costing you more money. And what about the poor people in that audience who haven't made those sales, or they've had to use credit cards to get the money, to get the flight, to get to Las Vegas and things? I only started realising all of this when I've been watching videos, but also from some of my people who used to be in these multi-level marketing. So when you get that trigger and you feel committed and you feel you're invested because you've paid the money, you also get a feeling of joy and a feeling of belonging. You're part of a team. The amount of time they'll use words like team, and they'll be calling you honey, and they'll say, the girl who I've bought products from one of these companies, And before I bought the product, she was in my inbox every day, asking about my family. She was all, you know, we were friends anyway on Facebook, but I bought from her because of her. And I said that to her. I said, I'm only buying the products because I like you as a person and stuff. The minute I bought the product, that's it. Didn't hear from her again. Didn't, nothing. Didn't text me, didn't inbox me, wasn't even commenting on my Facebook stuff, nothing. It was literally from the point I bought the products off her, she'd done her job. And that sort of made me, I knew anyway, but then the worst thing about that whole experience was I spent so much money on the product and it was so bad, and I'm not going to give names and things of companies or products, that I gave it away. Can you imagine paying over £200 for a product that was that bad that I didn't want to like throw it away because it was too expensive? But so I gave it to someone, and I think it's still sitting in their cupboards now. But this is the point. So you have to buy the products if you're a distributor. There's people that are getting into debt buying these products. They're taking out loans. They're using their credit cards. They've got lots of stock that they can't sell because the company is saying to you, you need to keep replenishing the stock so that you have enough. But you're having to use your own money to buy all this stock, but it's just not selling because no one wants to hear it. You're then put under pressure to pester people, and it is pestering sometimes because you're just getting, you've got stock things that you have to say. You're popping up in everyone's inboxes, and they've just had enough of it. You're popping up. I mean, I'm not saying this in a negative way because I don't want to sound biased, because it sounds like I'm like judgmental towards MLMs. I'm not. Anyone that wants to do something and, you know, they feel they're going to be successful at it, I respect that. However, it's the pressure, the psychological pressure, because now that there's so many of these like multi-level marketing companies, every time they're popping up everywhere on your timeline or in your inbox, people are just saying spam straight away, and they're not all spam, and there could be good opportunities, but there's just too many of them. And also when it's happening every single day, you become blind to it. So the person then feels that they're losing friends over it, they're losing family, and people have said that. They're just sick of having to pester people because it feels like they're pestering. They have to have pressure to continue buying stock even if they haven't bought their stock sold, what they've had. Especially people from makeup companies, I'm not mentioning names as I've said. If a new product comes out and it's like all over the internet and it's all over Instagram, they've got to go and purchase that product, keep putting it on, trying it on, wearing it until it sells. And I can see in some of my friends' faces when they're doing all of this, I can see that they're sad, and I can see that they're not making the money that they're saying they're making. I don't say anything to them because I feel sympathy towards them, because they're so far into this, like we all know, that they can't get off the train. But they've spent money going to the conferences, they've taken out credit cards and loans, they're buying these products that they can't sell, they've got loads of stock, they're having to keep pestering all their family and friends. They're not making the money that they're saying they are. I've been told that certain people are going into these designer shops or going into designer car sales places, sitting in that car and taking a photo of themselves and saying that they've bought the car, or putting all these like Gucci stuff down and all these designer shoes, taking pictures and saying they've bought them, and they've not bought them, they're just in the shops. But that's part of like the selling technique, and that must be so like heart-wrenching to have to do that because you're trying to recruit people. Also, it's the fact that you are part of a chain. You have to recruit. The commission means that someone else is earning from your work. That is the main reason I'm not going to do this, because if I make 20 sales and you're telling me that because you're my, whatever they call it, upline or person above me, or because you introduced me or blah, 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 you're taking a cut of that money. Why are you taking a cut when you just sat at home and I went out and got all them sales? I don't believe in that. So that's one of the reasons I wouldn't do it. As a business owner myself, every sale I make or every client I get, that's based on my work, my promotion, my marketing. They're paying money because they like the service that I'm doing. So if I make sales with these companies, why should I be paying someone above me when they're not doing anything? That's why the people at the top, they're the ones that do make money from it. The managers and the upline people get the money because they've got 20 people below them and they're all giving them a cut. The person at the top doesn't have to give a cut to anyone, so obviously they're going to make the money. So it's just a bit weird to me. And the final thing is just feelings of regret and guilt and failure. And that's what leads to depression for a lot of these people. They get caught up in it. They realise down the line they've got all this stuff they can't sell. They've got no other people to pester because they've tried everyone. They regret their decision to join. They feel that they can't now leave because they're too far in it, but they feel like they can't keep going. There was a program that really made me really upset. I was watching about a company, which I won't say the name, where these people were literally suicidal. They were literally lost everything. They lost their house. They had garages full of stock that they couldn't sell. They were evicted from their homes. They were just, it was horrible to hear, but this was a multi-level marketing company, and they'd just put everything into it. And the woman was saying, she said she kept buying more and buying more and buying more. She couldn't sell it, but she just had to keep buying. And she just said that it was just really sad to watch. It really affected me just to see. I didn't realise that, some of these things were happening. But these people were depressed. This guy said that he felt that he was going to take his own life because at least then there'd be life insurance for his family, because he'd spent that much money. He said that he felt like a failure, and he thought that he needed to sacrifice himself so that they would have money. And so all I'm saying really with this is that not all multi-level marketing companies are devastating or are bad, or it's not about good or bad. It's about the psychological impact. But just remember that if you do join, then you can always leave. You don't have to stay there. But also do your research. Don't be anyone that comes to you, whether it's multi-level marketing or any situation, and it sounds too good to be true, and they're giving you guarantees. No one can give you any guarantees. The job that I'm doing or anything I'm doing, I could be sacked tomorrow. The business that I'm doing, I could have one client one day, I could have none another day. There's no guarantee. So anyone that's saying to you, you're guaranteed to get sales, you're guaranteed to earn this amount of money, it's lies. It's just to reel you in. So just be mindful of it, that's all. So I hope you found this video useful. As I said, this week, only for this week, I'm not going to do this all the time. I'm just looking at certain topics which I think are going into a bit more depth, looking at the psychological side on this one. So thanks for watching. Please feel free to share, to leave your comments, to like, and to subscribe to my channel if you find my videos useful. Thanks for watching. Bye.